Okay, so just let me know when I should start recording.
You can go now. Oh, we should do a...
Yeah, let's do a...
Okay, you guys clap as well, so that camera can... Cool.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah, we're good to go.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome to, Salim and Nick from Moonrock Events on our second podcast.
Yep.
Would you guys mind like introducing yourselves a little bit and just like giving a background on like how you became involved in this project together?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, as you mentioned, I'm Nicholas Stoll, aka I go by Nick Storm, and this right here.
I'm Salim. Like my full name is Louis Salim actually, but like here in Berlin I prefer Salim. And I used to be at BIM. That's why we all know each other, guys. And now I'm at SAE, but like I'm literally between both. And that's also, I mean, we'll talk about it, but it's also important for Moonrock Events, as my point is also to mix schools. And
Yeah, I mean, Salim started an events company not too long ago, actually, this summer. And, since then we've like grown in the team and the events that we've been doing. So I think we'll just talk about a few things that we've got planned in the future, a few things that we've done in the past, and like things that we're working on right now,
Yeah. I mean, this is going to come out on the 10th. So you guys have something the following day, right?
Yeah, we do
so
actually.
What is that? What are you guys planning?
So this one is going to be like metal events. It's going to be at Marie-Antoinette again. Then after this one, we're going to go also outside of Marie-Antoinette. So we can also propose to people like to see other venues. And on the 11th, we're super happy. The posters should be out by beginning of next week. So what we want to do also is to play with the date, because like if we put it on the Tuesday, it's going to be 11 days before the event on the 11th of the 11th, 11. Yeah.
I love that.
We are playing on that like kind of metal vibes. We have very good bands. So the first one
very, very good bands. Yeah. Amazing bands.
First one is Extravision. Then it's Diablo Cut, which is a band from BIM. Then we have a very good band and starting to get a bit famous with that last YouTube video. It's Revo. Super proud of having them.
Cool.
And after this is Nox, another band that you maybe know or not, because they're not from BIM. That's also a thing. Like the first band is not from BIM, the last band is not from BIM, and it's also something very important in the events in general is to start looking also outside.
100%,
and then after the bands, those are 4 bands. Then we have like a live DJ who's gonna play techno, also not from BIM. This one is playing a crazy live techno set. It means that he has like pads and he records his Ableton live. And he with his drumstick, he just hit them and make the sound live. And then we have also like a release party, like listening party. So it's a whole actually festival like on one night.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Around a genre that is separate to what you've been doing so far, right? Because so far it's been mostly techno and EDM centered stuff.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, bands. So that's the thing with Moonrock Events. We were really open to so many genres. We're open basically to what's working now.
Right.
The way we do is, and we're going to talk about it, is just we have 3 dates that we booked in advance, but we don't know the lineup yet. We just see like what do we want to do this month. I'm personally like a big metalhead, and I want also to stay true to myself and just like also give an opportunity to my friend in the metal to perform. And it's good because they're actually good and doing nice music that I'm happy to have. It's also important. I don't want to play something that I don't like. Also, it's important.
Course,
But genre-wise, like yesterday, for example, we had like hip-hop and rap from Berlin. Like no one from BIM was here, and it would be nice if next time there's also people from BIM that comes. But it's a thing that in the genre, this time was hip-hop and rap, and next time it's going to be metal, so super different.
I feel like we're really trying to cast like a wide net, just because this is also like the first like conception of it. So, we really want to test the water, see what we actually like and what works with us. And then I guess we will develop the essence of Moonrock down the line just after we've tested everything,
I mean, it seems like you guys really started like doing kind of events for friends. Like I remember one of the first things was like for your birthday, which was not really an official like Moonrock Events event, but it was, I guess, maybe like kind of my introduction at least to like the the potential of like what your kind of like organization could do. And it's, I just think it's super cool that you've started maybe like with your friends and like with people, like with students, like with young people. And then with that, like you said, casting a wide net, you guys can kind of like progress on to like the Berlin scene and like doing that. But I was also wondering, you know, so far with what you guys have done, and then like in terms of goals, you know, with events and stuff, like what have you learned are kind of like so far the elements that make a successful event, like in your mind, like what has to be there for the event to be like amazing, do you feel?
That's like the blueprint question, right? That's like what everyone needs to know.
Yeah, but actually maybe it's like unique for you guys. I mean, I don't know if you've learned so far.
First, like personally, I'm really not doing this for money. Like it's really the less of my problem. I really want first to make the band happy, or the people happy first even. And it's like you mentioned my birthday as being the beginning, and that was not random. Basically I have like all the dates, or even the house party and stuff, like they are part of Moonrock Events, and it's also a thing for me. It's important to have free parties that are for friends, to like get like this close group of people that really support us and talk about the events around. And the birthday was like the beginning. I knew it. I knew that the month after we'll have this, and the month after we will have like a house party, and then tonight we have like Halloween house party, and it's nice because it's some days before the like metal one. So everything is planned, and it's important also to have like this friend vibe also, because now you're asking like what's making it successful. The thing also is that it's the second one. Now we had two. We had the one in Marie-Antoinette with Gunnar, Alan Grace, and the Usual Boys, and DJ After, very good DJ. The thing is, yesterday we had one also, but those are the two ones that we actually earn money. We are still trying to figure out what's working, because yesterday was super different as Marie-Antoinette, because Marie-Antoinette was band, yesterday was rappers. It's so much different to pay those people and stuff. The crowd they have is also way different to handle. Like I can tell you, yesterday it was like we were scared, like not of the crowd, but like it could go crazy way faster than people who come to listen to band, because they respect the music and stuff. They respect the music, but they are more young. That's also a thing.
It's
more, it's a different energy for sure.
It's a different energy. I think that's a good way to put it.
Interesting. So like maybe the elements, like does that mean that maybe you're gonna have to, depending on the artist, like is security a factor? Or
we had
like
security yesterday for the first time. One of my friends.
For the first time. It's really interesting.
Yeah, because basically yesterday we were in basement, like in a kind of like super underground place, and the limit capacity was set between 60 to 80 people, and we asked the artists to bring people on the list only, so we knew how many would come, because the artists of yesterday were quite known. Some of them had very good Spotify.
It was a pretty stacked lineup,
And then on the list, on the D-Day, like two hours before we start, we counted and we had 160 people on the list, and I asked each artist to put 20, and they couldn't do less. And that's 100 more than expected. And like, luckily enough, I had my friend who came to do the security, and it went well and stuff. So that's also important to make it nice. I know that some venue, they also provide security and stuff, so we don't really need to take care about this. But in general, I will say, like, to make a good event, from what I experienced now with the two first ones, and that's what I'm also gonna try to keep on doing for the next ones, is in the choice of the lineup, it's very important to have that freedom of choosing last minute. The way we're doing now is to like just book dates. We just go to venues and we say like, we have all those dates at this place and this place. We are serious. Can you give us a date? They give us a date. So we get more. We do like, we already have a lot of dates for next year. And then we will choose the lineup like 1 month before, so we can do the poster and stuff. But so then we're really free in what's working now, and where we don't know where we're going to be like in March, you know? But band-wise also, and I will finish on this, is like, you need to think of who they're going to bring. Of course, like there's a lot of super nice band from BIM and from other schools and stuff, but it's nice to get like one from BIM, one from the other school, one from Berlin. So you get like, otherwise they all bring the same, and at the end it's not making people enter.
You'll just be throwing the same party three times over. You really want to mix crowds to like create your own
super important
like demographic, you know.
That makes a lot of sense.
For cultivating like the kind of group of people you want to be attending the events, is that something you really have to think about when you're marketing and like figuring out where you want to market an event and everything like that?
That's a good question actually, because like I feel like we've noticed recently like how impactful promotion is. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but like the difference that we've had from the Marie-Antoinette gig in the past and like this gig now, just in promotional terms, you know, the artists we had, we weren't actually doing a lot of word of mouth promotion like we had on the other events, you know. This was really the
Super
artists
different.
bringing their own crowd, you know, like we were preparing everything, preparing the event. And yeah, we had a lot of people coming in, but that's exactly what we want, you know. We want the pressure of having too many people come in, you know.
Right.
It's a good problem to have.
Exactly, yeah. It's a nice feeling to have as well, you know.
And you said Marie-Antoinette is kind of like, and correct me if I'm wrong, is kind of like your home base for now, maybe? Like you had a few events, or no? Do you think like you really want to do different club or different venue every time?
Well, first, there are super nice people. I know, like before going there, or like after some gigs that I went to see there, people were complaining about like the sound or the thing or the place. That's something very important to me. I like to make my own opinion about people, and I really dislike people that gives like opinions to at first it's to help you, but then it just makes like put so much distance between you and a place or you and a person. And I like just to try myself, and I can say that the venue was super nice. Also, they all speak French there, and for me it's like
big
nice.
bonus for
it helped me quite a lot. It's very nice, and so I really appreciate, like, really enjoyed the first gig. Like, I know till December we'll have 2 more there. Like, but the one in December is not. It's a private party for a birthday, something else. But there will be another show like somewhere else. In another venue, but also it was important to not make it boring and to go through different venues. So then like people keep on following Moonrock Events more than going to a venue. That was important. But also for me, it was important to, like, from the first question, like, something important to make good events, I think, is to not count on people like just, I do it for free, you're my friend and stuff, or like I do the stuff for free and stuff.
It's got to be professionality behind
for me,
it.
like, even if you pay 20 euro or 30 euro, it's actually like you're doing a business, you know. Even if the difference between what I earn and the other person earns is 10 euro, you still need to make like proportional thing and stuff. So then when the money is gonna get bigger, then it's gonna make more sense. But still, if the guy tells you, no bro, keep. Last time, like, a friend of mine was like, man, keep your 5 euro, it's fine, keep your 15 euro. And I said, man, you take it, please, because you work, it's important to have like that professional thing. So then they also work better, and you look also better because you're making things fair. It's also important.
Make things a bit more legitimate, you know.
And morale is definitely higher when, or just better when you have, you know, like money involved. I mean, it's
really not about the amount, you know. It's more like a gesture at this point. Well, not even a gesture, but like the professional act of doing it really does make the difference there.
Have that company professionalism from the ground up instead of getting to a point and then you're like, no, we have to figure this out. There's going to be issues with people not happy with their amounts or with the work they're doing or whatever.
Yeah, that would be much harder.
Sense.
I mean, it's always better to give people money when they don't assume it than have it the other way around, you know. Because that could end up kind of tricky.
Yeah. When you're looking for venues and stuff, are you looking with a genre in mind where you're like, okay, we want to have metal done, so this is the venue we're looking for? Or is it kind of the other way around where you're like, let's get a venue and then figure out from there what is most appropriate?
Some venues, they have genre, like if you book them, you know that they are more into like punk, and those ones are more into metal. So when you email them, you come with like metal or punk like lineup. Some are just super open to everything. And the thing is, the list of artists we have is super big, so I don't mind. I just want dates, basically. Like, for me, it's not like I just come, send a message, and then the lineup might change last minute because I send them a lineup, but it's not gonna be the final one. I just go, of course, with the most famous of the time and stuff. So they give me the date. Once you have the date, once you have the contract, then I mean, you're done. Of course, you need to respect. If you said you're gonna bring punk, you bring punk. But the thing is, the venue are more deciding than me. I'm not. The thing is, we are not like going with an idea from Moonrock in the genre. We're not like coming like, we're looking for a venue that can handle metal. No, we're just looking for venues. And we look only at capacities. That's not only the thing. What matters is the capacity to go every time a bit bigger.
I also know you guys are really like busy. I mean, in the next months, like you have stuff lined up. Like
Yeah, this
like
past
a
month's
lot.
been hectic.
So how are you guys planning on dealing with that? Does that mean you're building your team? Like you're expanding the amount of people who are helping you with this? I mean, with that also comes a little bit more organization, obviously, because you have more moving parts. But like, are there any specific like departments in, or like maybe more film people, or more like, or security, as we were talking about earlier, for example? But like,
yeah, most definitely.
I mean, what areas do you feel like you need to grow most in terms of your team?
I guess that's pretty interesting. I mean, I think we've done a lot of growing. I mean, especially since Salim actually like came up with the conception of Moonrock Events, we've definitely grown there. I mean, it started, I think, with me and then Tassie at the same time, you know, who's the third part of like the cogwheel of Moonrock. And then like we kind of all came together. Tassie's fantastic with administrational stuff. You know, she's always on, always available 24/7. It's kind of crazy.
It's amazing.
But yeah, Salim handles most of the administrational stuff and the like personal contact stuff. And then I'll be there to like help with the heavy lifting on like the night. And I feel like the dynamic that we have, Salim and I, like coming together to present like and pitch our ideas is a huge bonus that we noticed. Like we had that from the magazine on, and I think like it carries through to now. So like we'll visit the venues together to create a more like legitimate team coming out of it, because I feel like we finish each other's sentences in that metaphorical sense, you know. It just gives it's a really good drive that like I feel like we've got on our team there.
Yeah, the thing is, like, also you mentioned the magazine, because I'm also in charge, or I'm in charge with Nick of the Beam magazine since 1 year now, and it was also for me the first way to actually enter the music industry, because I was at Beam and I was like, what can I do? There's always like a magazine in school, and then we started it. And the thing is, we never gave the numbers, but like in average on each release we have 350 readers, and they are mainly from Beam. And also like on some months with multiple releases at the same time, we reach like 940 or 60 readers, which is for us like it's more than a magazine, because we can actually use it in the CV. Like I found like maybe I actually found in January like an internship in a magazine thing and like label, and I think that this point was more than important for them to have like a Berlin music magazine. And I want to talk about this because like in this one I found people super important that really helped me, and it was like first Nick who helped me day one with the design, and from then I saw that like I could actually trust his taste, and I don't need to double check, and that's the most important. Like when you build a team, you don't want to have to double check afterwards, otherwise you're just doing the job, you know. You don't need the guy if you double check. And that's how I felt with Nick, like with you design and stuff. I was like, okay, I can just close my eyes and send him the text, he's gonna do something good. And then also there I met with Philip. They're a super nice person, and
it's like our in-house photographer kind
of. Who did the video for Guoda, who we just had on for the last episode.
Amazing
photographer.
And typically, like in the team, I know that I have friends like Guoda also that can just pull up and take pictures. Also, that's an important thing in how to make a gig nice. There's like the promotion before that you make, but there's the promotion after that the public makes. And you can also come up with a reel always afterwards, so people also share it and stuff. But there's like an auto promotion, I call it like this, of like after an event, people just put your name everywhere, and then that's where you get the most of the followers. You get like 15, 20 after the event, because just people like enjoy the party, and that's also important. So yeah, that's how the team is looking like now. It's a lot of help from Tassie and Nick, and it's very important.
We've got some other people helping on like day and like on the actual day, you know. We'll have I think that's the beautiful thing about like Moonrock as well. Like we'll have friends like messaging us like, hey, can we help that night, or do you guys still need some aid that night? And we'll be like, yeah, of course. And then like Salim said, you know, we've got Guoda like helping us promote things. At the end of the day, you know, we'll do the event and then people actually come to us and be like, hey, we made this for like promotional stuff, and we'll probably not have asked for it, but like it'll be such a nice feeling to have like friends wanting to be involved just to see it grow, you know.
Also sorry, but there's different teams on different projects. There's project where people are not involved. Like I know that for the more hip hop and rap things, I'm working with like Aram, a friend of mine that I met, for example, at the SAE, and he's way more into like integrated in Berlin with the rap scene and the artists, and he's so much more able to bring like important artists to perform like yesterday. And for example, he's like part like in this sense in the booking of rap events, but he's not in the others, you know. So there's like different teams, and then we have like another project, very important project that we can't talk about right now, but like Gunnar is helping a lot in this one, and he's like not helping on the other ones. So there's like three main, and if we talk about like the recording session that we have now with Andres in Melting Pot, it's like another thing. Like he's a team, really important, like part of the team.
I think that's its own thing, though. We'll probably get into. Let's not all squash it together.
But it's a thing. Like there's different team for different projects also.
That's
makes
cool.
sense. Yeah. The different specifications. Like if you have a band, you need sound engineers. You need more sound engineers.
Also, those are all the people that we get last minute, like lighting technician, but always friends. That's amazing. Yeah.
That's amazing that you guys have people actually reaching out to you, being like, hey, what can I do to help?
It's honestly like the best feeling about it, the best part about it.
It's a huge testament to how you guys have run it, you know, from the beginning. And
I think it kind of ties into what Salim actually conceptualized it with. You know, it's not about the money, it's just about making sure everyone's got a good time, right? Yeah.
Creating these experiences.
Definitely
100%.
Is there like a events team or an events kind of company that you look at as sort of inspiration? Like if you look at the Rolling Loud guys, you can see their full growth because it's all been online.
Yeah.
And you can be like, oh, these are also two guys that started with small events in the like back garden and then built it up. Or are you just trying to head your own way, kind of not looking at something like that?
That's actually an interesting question. Yeah, I don't think.
I look at my dad. Like my dad is my biggest inspiration, and he's not doing music or anything, but he's the best businessman I know. And I know that like if I need to send an email or something important, I call him. Like I can also call him, like that's amazing. I can call him at 3 a.m. He will wake up and give me an advice. You know, he's always available. And for me, he's my biggest inspiration in how to deal with the situation. I always need to call my dad. I know it's a bit.
No, it's nice.
My dad,
It's very sweet. It's very wholesome.
But yeah, for me, he gave me all the tricks and how to negotiate and stuff, and how to do, like, since I'm a small like kid and stuff, and so for me it's really it's important. I call him anytime I have an issue with someone, or like with a booking or anything. He's the one like giving important. Sometimes I listen, sometimes not, but he's always someone like. So he's my inspiration, I would say.
I feel like Tassie and Salim's dad are like kind of the ace up our sleeves as well, you know. People we can fall
That's
back
really
on.
sweet.
Yeah.
I bet they'll love hearing that.
Of course. They deserve it.
Yeah, 100%.
With that kind of in mind, are there goals you're trying to hit over the next few months, or are you taking it one event at a time and like, let's just try to make sure this is tighter, bigger, like more in line with the image?
Yeah, I think we're kind of doing both simultaneously in a way, because like, I mean, we're definitely not taking it one event at a time. I feel like every time we're planning an event that's coming up, we're already on to the next one. You know, we'll have the night is happening the next day. Salim and I and Tassie are already talking about the next one. You know, there's like not a lot of time in between them each. So like, I feel like it's not event to event, but we do take it in that manner though. So like we focus on the thing on the day, you know, and really prepare, make sure everything's coming together, and then trying to get it tighter from each event.
But it's super overwhelming, like for me personally, because I need to think about everything, and that's where I need some help. But like now, if you tell me this, just because you talk about this, make me super stressed, because like I need to work on the poster for December, and but you know, the poster of November is not already out. But I need to find a designer who's gonna do the one in December, and I have like very big project for this one, and it's just like, so there is really a combo of both, because actually tonight the Halloween house party is coming, but you know, it's like there's like the what's happening the D-Day or in the next week, and but also you need to think of what's happening next month. And now I actually was thinking like I need by next week to start booking August and like September and October, you know. So like those are the things, like it's important, because I realize I'm so much learning by myself. It's not true. Like I'm super grateful for Nora and Peter from BIM, who really take the time to help me also. Like I often ask them if they can meet at some point in the week, and they just give me a date like the morning after, and I come and I explain them like my issue, like, oh no, I don't know what should I do, and they take the time. So I'm not learning by myself, I'm learning by doing also. Like I'm just saying that you need to book in advance. If you want a Friday or a Saturday, you can't. People will laugh at you if you ask like 2 months, 3 months before.
We've had that a couple of times.
Yeah, you can't do this. It's except if you know the guy and stuff, and that's why we want to go at the end, because like you book it more often and stuff. But if you begin, you need to take like 5 months at least in advance. If people want to start,
that's crazy.
You need to go 5 at least.
Wow. But you guys are also just so DIYing it at this point. I mean, you guys were talking earlier about like 4 hours looking for a smoke machine earlier, you know, and it's like that's the stuff you want to ultimately not have to do, you know. But I think
it happens. It's unavoidable.
But it happens, and it's so cool that you guys are so like involved with it at such a like ground level, you know. You guys are doing all of the stuff, you know.
I think what's important is the follow through, and I think that's where I admire Tassie the most, you know. Like if we do have a plan and 10 million things in between that plan go wrong, we're still going to come out the other end with the plan done despite whatever is going in like through it, you know. From a low quality poster that we can't actually post, you know, Tassie will create a whole different poster and like
we had this issue last
30
time.
minutes, you know, like I feel like we really do follow through what we set out to do despite how tough it might be in the way.
Super dynamic team and like really high functioning. You know, you guys have some like high functioning people who are like down.
It's crazy. We'll be texting just like one word things. It'll be like straight to the point, one word, straight to the point, one word, and you just do it. You know?
Oh my gosh.
For me also, as like I'm not German speaker. I mean, I'm learning and stuff, and I can kind of understand, and I'm actually studying at uni in German now, but I don't understand everything. But anyway, for me, it's important also. I see that the team I have around me, like fits Berlin. It's only German speakers.
Right.
Like maybe not for the securities one time or not for the staff because it's fine, but like for the emails and stuff, I want the people to speak German because I also send emails in German and stuff, but it's important that they can check for me and they're from Berlin, you know, Tassie and Nick. So it's also something I thought of, like to be surrounded by good people and stuff, but also that fit Berlin. It's nice.
Are you trying to get the company or the organization to a point where it's really focused on Berlin and doing a lot here, or then trying to grow to different cities?
I have no plan, and I don't want to think.
It's far away anyway.
No, but I don't want to think about going outside of Berlin.
Right.
So first, because I fall in love with Berlin. Like for me, it's the best city. Like to do business, people are so open. Yeah. Like literally for the magazine, beginning of last year, I walked to a kebab store and I said like, I can have you in the magazine. You pay me something and you make a discount for every people of my school.
Everyone's like looking to make deals here. It's amazing.
And we got the deal. Like it was hard, but we got the deal. People just take you seriously. Like it's nice. I like this city. And then business and music industry. I really like music industry because people are super friendly and they want to do stuff and try to do stuff and help each other. So I want to say in Berlin. And as a promoter, you can't. Like if you go to Paris now or if you go to London, you're gonna start from the ground, like from zero. Yeah, there's no point. It's better to know everyone from here and be the G and stuff and make your biggest events. For me it's time to start going somewhere else, even if it's gonna be big. But for now, no, I want to be in Berlin.
We all just love this city. It's just like nice. So nice, you know.
Amazing.
I feel like for the music scene as well, like it fits right into what we do, like the broadcasting, because I feel like Berlin is not limited to one genre. A lot of people might have the connotation that it is just like the techno capital, but in the scene that we're operating in, at least, there is so many different genres. You know, I mean, we've done like reggae, we've done rock, we've done punk, we're gonna do metal. Now we've done our first like proper big hip hop event. And like from there, it can only get weirder and wilder, I hope, you know. So like whatever cool. Berlin can offer.
It's just the right place for that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to make sure it's on a stage, you know. That's like what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, that's super cool. I mean, I definitely feel like sometimes when venues try to host their own events, like just unique to them, it's a little bit stale and like the music selection is not always the best. I know Salim has a strong reaction to this, but I just think it's cool that you know you're bringing the part of the event that like is kind of like the soul of the event and what it is, and then obviously you are working with local venues, you know, to
I think that's why like we also keep our slots so like open until like just before the event, so that we've got that flexibility, because like you said, like what the soul of Moonrock wants in that moment it'll change, you know, like in the end of the month, we'll be like, oh man, we really love this band, or we really like the personality of these people that are in this band, and we think the vibe matches. And because we haven't already like set people in stone, we can be like, oh, you can come, and then we kind of mix match it in the moment, you know, and we can really create what feels right for us in that moment.
Because Berlin is so much about meeting people randomly. It's like
friend of a friend of a friend,
the thing
dog,
is,
sister's owner, and then that'll be the
I
person.
I can't even call my family and explain, you know, when they tell you, how is Berlin going? I don't remember myself. Oh.
It's Halloween.
Oh, he has this.
Of course he has it. It's Halloween, Salim.
Oh, that's so cute.
I kind of love the, like, you know, momentary pause for kids with Halloween candy.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
So
This is the most Halloween-y Berlin has ever felt to me. Like
just 3 kids in no costumes.
No, but
coming
like
to your door
even
asking
tonight,
for
like,
candy.
No, that's the thing. I'm not able to. It's also a bit sad because I would like to be able to share to my family what's going on, but that we don't understand. Also because, like, I don't know, my sister is in like medicine and stuff, and so, you know, for them it's strange that I'm doing events and stuff. They will be like, yeah, but you don't get money, you don't go anywhere, you know. But I see it so much differently, and I'm like, it's becoming very good, and I'm having so much fun. And even if it's, for me also, it's important, like we talk about a company and something that's gonna grow and stuff. For me, it's not this. For me, it's so much fun. Is doing this with friends. Is seeing actually, well, okay, it's working. There's a crowd. They're having fun. I'm take my phone. I'm like so happy. And then if next one it doesn't work, if at some point we need to stop, then okay, I got 3, 4, 5, 10 events. I put them on my CV. It was a fun time, and I'm gonna try to find something safer, because also the thing is, I don't trust so much. I don't believe so much in like self-made people in music. It's so hard to do it. I mean, I will be fine just doing being in the music industry in like a label, like even if it's less crazier, but I want also to earn something every month and stuff. And this is just fun because it's next to the studios. Let's see where it goes. But to come back to like meeting people, it's you can't even describe, and that's the whole point also with Moonrock, is we keep on meeting, and so we can't say yes to someone in that 2 months in advance, because by then we're gonna meet people, you know, people and friends and stuff, so we can't.
Having Berlin feels a little bit like a small town in terms of the network, where everyone just, it's so quick, the way you meet people in the community is so motivated to get stuff done, that having that kind of interaction does change very quickly.
I think the craziest part is like when we realize we've booked 2 bands or like 3 or 4 bands, and then we realize the crossover of the bands, you know, like one bass player will be the drum player and and the lead singer will be the background vocalist for this thing, and then
it is such a small world.
everything just blends. But I feel like the last event we did yesterday really like threw us out of that circle that we've been in. Like I wouldn't say a bubble, not at all, because like I feel like there is people passing in and out, but like last night it was a crowd that we've never hosted, you know, and it went really well.
You don't know one person. You don't know one person, like only young people.
That's a different feeling, and that's a more professional feeling. I feel like that's good. It's nice to have the events for the friends, and then also like the bigger ones where everyone's welcome, you know. It's like completely open. You meet new people, new contacts, like that.
But you pay to play. You know, it's like outside people, but you know, it is that level of professionalism where you have that filter at least of a ticket sale.
But we can't like close our eyes on like the rap from Berlin. It's also a scene, you know. And the thing is, of course, we went from BIM, and the thing is like a big difference between BIM and ACE, and I said it many times. I think I said it to you, Nick, is like when you go to BIM, like as a musician, an artist, it's amazing because you're gonna meet like people who did music like in Sweden, who did music in Switzerland, in Italy. Like it's amazing melting pot, you know. But like when you go to ACE, I met people. It's in German school, so they all like were raised in Berlin, and then I saw like, wow, like the rap part is really important for them and stuff. And so we do an event, and of course you won't be able to reach the same crowd, but the point of Moonrock is to be like in so many places in the same time, and all of them actually can do something, because I believe that the metal with the band we have as friends are really good, and it's something that's important to me. But then the rap is yesterday was actually really good, and the thing also is I felt for the first time yesterday and today especially, like it felt so great to actually not send a message to friends being like, what are you doing tomorrow, you want to come? Like I actually sent no message from yesterday and today for those both events, and people just showed up and will show up tonight. I'm a bit too many people, we will see, but it's a bit strange to do like an event to prepare everything to be like on top, and then like 1 week before, 3 days before, you beg people to come. Of course, it has to start like this.
Yeah.
But I felt like quite quickly I could stop asking people to come, like, because I didn't know the crowd of yesterday, and tonight like people DM'd us on Instagram being like, what's the location, and I felt like, okay, I don't need to invite anyone. And that's where we want to go. Like, we do an event, we promote it nicely, and people come. You don't need to beg, because it feels a bit weird to do this and then to at the end just go like, please guys come, but you need to do it before, like at the beginning.
I mean, I don't think it was ever like begging, but we were like, hey, we've got this thing, would you like to come? You know?
It was like, you do have to remind people sometimes if it's a smaller thing.
Let's
That's
see
what
the
it
next
feels
ones.
great to get beyond that, where you're like, this is happening, and then people will note it down and be like, I really want to go to this.
That's actually been like a huge part. It's interesting you bring that up, because you'll in passing mention to someone a month before that you're doing an event, you'll just be like, oh, end of October we're probably going to do this, and then like 2 weeks before, without you even saying anything, they'll be like, oh, is this still happening? And then you'll see them like trying to push, like, to get the information out, you know. And just like that word of mouth promotion has been actually really good in the beginning, but now we've kind of like started outgrowing it, which is
that's gotta
awesome.
feel great.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
Fun first steps, you know.
Yeah.
So true.
I mean, if you think that now we did a lot, like
That sounded so like devious, but yeah,
We did so much.
he's not over exaggerating.
no, but it's like we're gonna have some months with like 3 events in the like March, like those like February and stuff. They're gonna be more like, now we did once a month with some party in between, but the next one we grinded even harder, so it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that we're pretty busy right now, because ironically as well we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon, because we've got the
you gotta go
other
do
We got
events
the
tonight.
awesome Halloween event tonight.
big Halloween party. I guess it will be too late once this is out, but let's hope it goes crazy, absolutely nuts, and we don't get kicked out of flat, but we'll see what happens.
Well, that's the fun. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That, just to like on this note, to like end it off quick, I feel like something that Salim and I noticed is like, we can plan everything beforehand, but on the night you just have to let go, because it's too late to change anything at that point. You just have to see how the night progresses. And I think that's a huge tip for like anyone doing event stuff. I feel like the last events we've really like grown into that mentality that enjoy it, make sure things don't get too out of hand, but at some point don't micromanage, don't try and force people into like something that the event can't be, you know. You just have to let it live. Let it be its own thing then.
Also, some people can be like super sweet and super nice, like in the team, and like I'm not gonna drop a name, but but like when some situation like, oh, we're gonna be 160 and the capacity is 60, you know, there's a big problem, obviously.
100 people is a big problem.
A bit of a small difference.
It is, you know. And the thing is, like, they will start like freaking out, but also kind of sharing that thing, you know. And that's like, you need to take care of those people first, because they're gonna kind of throw a very bad thing in the whole event,
the
you know.
vibe
It's gonna go to the acts and stuff. So what I do is just like, we do exactly this. We tell them like it's done. What can you do? We're gonna do it nice. Like, all the events went good and stuff. Like, trust us and stuff. And it always goes well. But like, you have also to identify those person who are maybe more stressed, and you need to make them like chill and stuff. So it's not contaminating. Like, it's important also.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up, because you guys have to go deal with your.
If that's not a testament to just how like you guys are really doing it right now.
I need to clean my room so bad.
Well, you know,
A lot of prep to do.
you guys are
now.
just so successful. Oh no, it's actually good. So you gotta clean your flat
right
tonight. No, but
at this point, thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for coming on, and
That
I'm
was
sure
amazing.
you guys will come on again with your busy schedule.
Yeah,
I would
we'd
love
love
to
more
hear
to-
more about. I mean, I'm a fan. Like, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah,
amazing.
You guys are more than welcome to the other events, you guys, and the whole audience and all the viewers. You know, the more the merrier.
Yeah, and we'll put all the info for the one on the 10th or the 11th.
11th, yeah.
11th,
11th.
and
11,
probably the one
11.
afterwards if you guys have stuff sorted for that.
I mean,
We'll
we'll
go-
definitely keep everyone posted. You know.
Yeah.
Great.
Shout out
Yeah.
Moonrock Events on Instagram. Check it out.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, and we'll also in the description we'll link all the people that you mentioned at the beginning, all the
Yes.
bands that were in your
Amazing.
in the group.
Awesome.
And
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you very
Salim.
much.
Amazing. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
Sebastian. Thanks so much for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Great.
Yes, it was super nice.
Cool.